Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2020. Now I just have a huge mess on my floor. Hey everybody, welcome back to Morning Coffee. It is my 2020 resolution series. This special 8-part series will run on my channel throughout January. Each video is going to tackle a specific goal or resolution that people tend to set at New Year's. And we are going to talk all about how you can actually make those goals happen in 2020. Not just set your goals, but actually make them happen. I'm excited to have you here for the resolution series. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to Morning Coffee. This is the second video in our 2020 resolution series. If you missed last week's video, we talked all about health and fitness, all of those health and fitness goals that you're setting in 2020. And now we are going to talk about money. Dollar bills. This is another common area where people tend to set goals. Maybe you want to save more money in 2020. Maybe you want to pay off some debt in 2020. And heck, maybe you just want to go on a vacation in 2020. All of those things require time and planning and effort and knowledge. And today I'm going to be giving you all of the resources you need to make sure you hit your money goals in 2020. Just as I did with the health video, I'm going to put a disclaimer here at the beginning. I am not a financial expert. I am not a financial planner. I do not have all of the special industry knowledge about finances. If you do have a question about finances, consider consulting an expert like a financial planner. There are certainly going to be plenty in your area. Do a quick Google search and you're going to be able to find one. You might even find someone at your bank who's able to help you with some financial questions. Reach out to an expert. I am not here to tell you what your money goals should be. I am here to give you resources that you can use to figure out how to achieve those financial goals once you've set them. But money is an extremely personal thing. What my priorities are financially are not going to be what your priorities are financially. My needs and what I want to do with my money are going to be very different than what you want to do with your money. So make sure you're consulting a professional, make sure you're doing your research, but I'm not here to tell you what your financial goals are because that's going to look very different. That is up to you. The process of getting your financial life together can feel super overwhelming. Again, there's a wealth of knowledge out there from tons of different people, all giving you different advice. And there's so many priorities to balance when it comes to money, right? Like there's paying down debt, there's saving for emergencies, there's saving for fun things, there's Christmas and groceries and retirement and all of these things. And it can be really hard to know where to put your money and where to put your money first. So one of the things that I've actually come across, or one of the financial mentalities that has really helped me, is goal-based budgeting, which means the place that you start when you start thinking about your budget and your financial life is really, what do we want? You know, if you're single, this is something to do with yourself or maybe with a close trusted friend. If you're married, this is something you do with your spouse. If you have older kids, maybe this is something you do with your family. But what do we want? What do we want to achieve? What does our future look like? What are the dreams we want to have happen in our lives? Very often, a lot of those dreams have financial components. Travel, buying a house, having kids, buying a vacation property, buying a boat, living on a golf course. I mean, all of the things that people want to do with their lives or in their futures. Maybe you want to stay at home with your kids. All of those things usually have some sort of financial component. So it's really important that you start from a place of, what do we want to achieve? What do we want to happen? When you start with a goal, it's a little bit easier to set and stick to a budget because then you understand why you're doing it. When I'm, packing our lunches every night and I'm super annoyed because it takes me forever, I remind myself that we have health goals and we have financial goals that we want to achieve. And cooking my lunch from home is one of the things that's going to get me towards those goals. And it's one of the things that helps me stay on budget and stay on health plan. So when you start with your goals, it gives you motivation and inspiration to actually tackle some of these financial tasks. So if you have no idea where to start with your budget and your financial planning process, stop and start there. Allow yourself to dream and think about what you really want to achieve with your life and your money in your future. When you're working on setting your financial goals, it's usually really helpful to do some research and find a thought leader out there who can kind of guide you through the financial stability process. There's a couple of good ones out there. I recently talked about all three of these people in my 2020 reading list video. I'm going to share that up in the cards here and also link down below if you want to check out all of the books that I'm reading in 2020. But specifically related to money, I'm going to mention three of them to you. So probably the most popular thought leader when it comes to finances is Dave Ramsey. You might be familiar with him. You've probably heard about his book, Total Money Makeover, where he walks you through a 7-step process for becoming financially stable. He's a great resource for you to look into. If you are also looking for someone under his umbrella, but maybe someone you can relate to a little bit more, I recommend his daughter, Rachel Cruze. I talked about this in the reading list video, but Dave is an old rich white man. And so I really don't have too much in common with him and where he is in his stage of life. But his daughter, Rachel, she's around my age. She's obviously female. She grew up in my generation. She has a young family. She's kind of going through some of the same things that I am. And so I found her and her books to be a little bit easier to connect with. Her book is called Love Your Life, Not Theirs, and it talks about money, but it also talks about our social media culture and how to approach money with a non-comparison mindset. So I've really loved her. Also, you might want to consider Suze Orman. She's probably another very popular thought leader when it comes to finances that you might have seen out there on the internet. I'm going to read one of her books on finances, and so I will link that below. Also, if you want to get maybe just your mindset around money together, if you don't want to tackle huge financial goals in 2020, you might just want to figure out how to approach money positively. We've all learned beliefs about money since we were really, really young. And there's a book that actually directly discusses this. It's called You Are a Badass at Making Money by Sincero. And that talks a lot about how you can approach the whole topic of money with a positive mindset. When it comes to consuming financial information, this is basically just like any other information you're going to find on the internet. You look up what's out there. You take the best of what works for you from everyone's information, and then you apply it to your life with common sense, right? Again, money's personal. Your situation is not the same as someone else's, and there is no one right way or no one right answer for approaching finances. Your research, take the best of what works for you from all of the information that you've found, merge it with your needs and priorities, and that's how you're going to get a financial plan that's perfect for you. Also down below, I'm going to be linking to a couple of my favorite financial channels here on YouTube. If you are looking for some information on pulling down your debts, Asia Dang is a great channel. I'm going to link that below. She recently just paid off all of her student loans. So she has this huge series of financial videos, and she's really open and honest about the struggle and how hard of a process it is, which I think sometimes when you're going through a difficult goal, it's just nice to have someone you can relate to and talk to about it. Next channel that I'll recommend is The Financial Diet. This is a great channel. Again, it's for our generation, from people who are our age talking about financial topics in the scheme of what our world is like today. I'm going to link them below. Then if you want to check out a couple of personal finance gurus or thought leaders here on YouTube, look into Jordan Page. She runs a channel called Fun, Cheap, or Free. She's a mama of, I think, 7, 8. And so she talks a lot about meal planning and grocery shopping and buying things for your kids. Really practical day-to-day finance information and resources. And Lydia Sen is one of my other favorite financial gurus based on the same concept of making really smart financial decisions every single day. The small little things that are going to lead up to you being able to achieve your goals in the future with your finances. There's also some blogs that I've used in the past to look up financial information. Living Well, Spending Less with Ruth Sukup, and Pennies into Pearls by Brittany, and I'm completely forgetting her last name. Brittany also has a YouTube channel here on YouTube, but she has a lot of resources on her website, so I will link both of those below. So sorry to interject here, but I actually thought of something after I stopped filming, which is what I've noticed a lot about my financial goals and my financial mindset is that it's really important to surround yourself with people that are encouraging you to have the right mindset. So what I mean by that is if you're trying to be more frugal and you're trying to like meal plan and budget and all of that stuff, it's really important that you're surrounding yourself with people who are frugal minded and budget minded. And again, it may not be easy to talk to your friends or family about it. So using these online resources, these thought leaders, these videos, these blogs, these books is just really important because again, if you're trying to achieve something, you're really going to have to put yourself in the right mindset and surround yourself with people, whether they're actual physical people or people out on the internet. You have to surround yourself with people who are like-minded. Just thought that that would be a nice little tidbit of information for you too. If you're looking to gain more control over your finances, track your spending, or save for some goals, there's tons of apps out there that can help you. Dave Ramsey has an app called Every Dollar that you can use to track your spending. Mint is probably the most common app you may have heard of to help you manage your money and your budget. You can also use apps like You Need a Budget or NerdWallet. All of those apps give you the tools to kind of set goals for what you'd like to save for, track your spending so you have an understanding of where your money is going, and set aside money for really important things and really important goals. I will link to all of those apps below, but again, when it comes to achieving a goal, make it as easy as possible on yourself. If using an app on your phone is the best way to approach getting your financial goals done, use it. Use what works for you. Make it easy on yourself. If you're more of a paper person, there are tons of financial trackers and information sheets that you can find on the web. You can set a budget, you can save for something important, you can track your savings goals, you can track getting your debt taken care of. I'm going to link some of those below, but there are tons of free resources out there that you can just print out, put into a binder, and use yourself. There are certainly budget planners out there as well if you want something pre-made, all set up and ready to go. I'm going to link. There are also budget planners out there already pre-printed and all ready to go in one little document. I am going to go ahead and link some of those budget planners below in case that's something that would work for you better. As I said in the other video, you only achieve what you track. So make sure that you're using a budget planner or budget sheets or Google Sheets or just, good old pen and paper to really keep track of your goals so that you make sure you're making progress and taking the steps to move forward to get them done. You have to track and measure what you're doing, otherwise you're never going to feel like you're moving forward. Go online to your bank and log into your accounts. Most banks should give you the option to download your transactions right from your debit card or credit card or savings account. So for example, what I do is I go onto my bank, I use US Bank, I go into our debit card account, and you can actually download an Excel spreadsheet of all of the transactions that have happened on your account within a specific period of time. This is a great way to track track your spending, see how much you're spending on things, as well as to measure like, okay, I have a grocery budget of $200. Am I really getting close to that? Is that realistic for us? Where are we losing money? all of that kind of thing. You can usually go directly right to your bank to get all of that information. Hope you found all of that information really helpful. Please check out some of the resources that I've shared below. Again, money is such a personal topic and it can be really hard to talk about, even with close friends and even with family. Using some of the resources I've shared below is a great place to start if you want to start a money conversation in your life. Money is personal and it should work for you. You work hard for your money. I work hard for my money. My husband works hard for his money. We all work hard for our money. And so your money should work for you. Not for your mom, not for your sister, not for your boss. Your money should work for you. Make sure you're taking control of your financial future and letting your money help you get where you want to go. I'm going to leave you with a quote from Lydia Sen, one of the financial YouTubers I shared with you earlier. She put this on her Instagram and I just connected with it so freaking much. And so I kind of wanted to end on this note. She said, "Your budget is neutral. It's your feelings about it that make it feel scarce or abundant." I hope you enjoyed the second 2020 resolutions series video all about money. Now that we've talked about money and finance, the next video coming up is all about organization, how you can get your mental and your physical spatial organization together in 2020. Make sure you subscribe to this video so you do not miss the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a really great day.